First.
Second.
Third.
Fourth.
Katie's still muted. I was getting rid of the timer. Which that music, that's the first time I've ever heard that music. That music is such a bop.
It's so much
Bop.com.
fun.
So good.
I'm gonna have to remember to do that sharing of the audio because I've heard it every other time we've used it, and I've just been jamming out. And no
I
one likes to
watch
see that,
Zeki every
but-
time we put that timer up, just like, I wonder what he's hearing. It sounds so fun. Turns out it is.
That's it.
All serious. I mean, is this serious? I'm very serious. Okay.
You're about to try to kill us, so
I mean, maybe not tonight. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. How is everyone doing today?
Great. How you doing?
Living it up
Rachel,
living
you
the
feeling
dream.
better than you
Oh.
were on Monday?
a million times better.
Good.
A million times better.
Good. I am.
Hopefully, my
glad.
dice rolls also feel better because boy, howdy, were they
Oh.
crap on Monday.
Do you have the
Oh
same
my
dice or do you have new
God.
dice?
I have the same dice.
It'll balance out. It's gonna be
Yeah.
okay.
The struggle was so real.
I actually, Omar, I think you're the only person who has not been on AP before.
No, I haven't. It's my first time.
So, welcome.
We'll be gentle.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I will say, Ben and I guested over on Omar's channel this past Sunday. I'm bad at time.
Yeah,
Yes, it
last
was
Sunday.
this past Sunday, and that was lovely. Omar took us through a beautiful ancient Greece trip into the underworld, which was a lot of fun. So I already know Omar's a great DM, and I imagine that he is as good of a player as he is a DM. So I'm very excited.
So excited. Thank
I'm
you.
so excited. Oh boy. So I guess we can just get started unless anyone else has any last minute questions, comments, or concerns.
I guess
Okay.
my only question would be is what are we doing tonight, Katie?
What are we doing tonight? Well, okay, so a couple just like basic things that didn't happen or will be happening. We have a beautiful set that Schlibbity built for us in Tailspire. It is like I wanted a stage to just move people around on. Schlibbity built an entire opera house that is beautiful. And Ben was going to be using Tailspire on his computer, streaming his machine so that we could do all the stuff. Ben's computer has basically fully shit the bed. So we do not have Tailspire today. We will have it for the next session. And if you want to see the Opera House, I highly recommend popping over to Schlibbity's channel, which is twitch.tv/Schlibity. Schlibity. And you can see them building this Opera House that is just, not only have they built the Opera House, they've also built the street out front and the apartments next door, and they've fully furnished all the bathrooms. So it's just
And a bar.
and a
next
bar.
door.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. And we will be looking at the Opera House next time, I promise you. But sadly, for this session, we will not have Tailspire or the music that goes along with Tailspire, which, you know, is going to add a little bit more mood to the events
Spice.
of the stream. But that is
all I'm
okay.
hearing is that this is all Ben's fault.
All I'm hearing is that, yeah, Ben just it's all Ben's fault.
Aw, poor Ben.
No, Ben has been honestly working his little butt off all day, and I feel very sorry for him because having your computer shit the bed on you is not that much fun. So that is that piece of housekeeping. The second piece of housekeeping is that this module that I have essentially kind of reskinned and made my own comes from a Kickstarter that Ben subscribes to. The author's name is Kasoon. I'm putting the link to their website in chat just because they have a lot of really cool modules that people can run and want to make sure that I give credit where credit is due. This was a super cool jumping off point for me, and I very much appreciate them for putting all of these encounters together because I really struggle with encounters, and having those all pre-prep for me is like very good. I think that is all of the sort of pre-show jibber jabber that needs to be done. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Woo!
So our story starts in New York City. It is early January. It is cold. The temperature is probably approaching single digits, and it is about 4:45 in the evening on a Saturday. Because it is the middle of winter and it is New York, the sun has already almost fully set in the sky. Um, and this New York City is almost indistinguishable from the one that we know and love, except for some small but very notable changes, which we will find more about as we get further and further into the story. So we're going to zoom in our proverbial camera onto Times Square, which is, I think, whether you love it or hate it, everyone knows that it is very quintessentially New York. And the first thing that catches anyone's eye as we come in an aerial view are just the sheer amount of billboards and posters and signage, which all are competing with each other to grab the attention of the people on the street below. And then the street itself, despite being almost 5 o'clock in the evening, the sun being nearly gone behind the skyline, is very brightly lit. And again, despite the cold and the darkness, Times Square is full of life and people. In fact, you would probably think it was midday in the summer if everyone wasn't wearing jackets and coats and scarves. You see people from all different walks of life, all different ages, some locals, some people who are visiting, some people on school trips, and tourists, people going out to eat. So, despite the being in the depth of winter, there is still a lot of life in this city. And we sort of move down Broadway, and we're going to take a right onto one of the side avenues. And this avenue still has all of the hustle and bustle of Times Square, but maybe a little bit less of the capitalism. So you see a lot more arts and culture here. There are improv theaters and dinner shows. There's stand-up comedy clubs, but probably most notably, there are quite a few Broadway theaters that line the streets here. So you look to your right and you see Wicked and Les Mis, and you look to your left and you see Annie and Hamilton. Like this is truly where arts and culture congregate in this city. And we're going to move along this avenue. And as we do, things begin to get a little bit more spread out, a little bit more sparse. It's not necessarily, I wouldn't say getting seedy, but some of the lower budget comedy clubs, that sort of thing, a little bit more space between each of the theaters. And at the very, very end of this block, almost as if the other theaters have sort of shunned it to the side, is the setting of our story. And we see a beautiful, ornate, old theater with marble columns running down the front, purple lighting coming up and illuminating a massive marquee. And on this marquee, you see the silhouettes of both a man and a woman. And in between them is a single bladed sword. And you can't see any defining features. You just see in shadow profile of both faces and then the words Andrea and Deimos above it. Despite the fact that this theater is, not really a part of the rest of the street, and it feels as if it's almost been kind of tacked on as an afterthought, it still has a really warm and welcoming vibe. And the line out front, while maybe not as long as some of the lines for the other shows, is still full of people who are chattering excitedly. And I don't even think that this is something that would need to be rolled for. It is very clearly opening night for this show. And we're going to move along the line past all the excited people and come to the front where, Jake, would you please describe who we see standing at the front of the line?
So the word that would come to mind when people see Noah is garish. He is tall, a bit over 6 foot, but you wouldn't notice that. He's wearing brightly colored jacket. His hair has been dyed. The tips have been dyed. There is no world in which the combination of colors he is wearing could be described as matching. It's just, if a rainbow exploded, that's what you get. He has some rather uncouth tattoos on the side of his face, and he clearly doesn't give a shit about any of this. The more people looking at him, the better.
Awesome. And Noah, you look down at your watch. It is about 7:45. The house doors, not 7:45, Jesus. It's about 4:45. The house doors should have opened around 4:30. So it is a solid 15 minutes past when you should have been able to get into the house. And even just like before that, you were pretty sure that you should have been able to get into the house before anybody else got into the house, just because of your position in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it is, might I remind you, very cold, very dark, and now the doors are late. In front of you, you see two security folks who are taking tickets, scanning tickets at the door. They are directly in front of you, and they are not moving. What would you like to do?
I am, I'm going to walk up to whichever of them seems most busy. And
you see a woman with both a clipboard and a scanner, and she's also got a belt on that has like several different tools in it, and it feels like she is sort of running a lot of different pieces for this production. Like right now she's taking tickets, but she also might be running backstage to go fix a piece of the set later. She is looking very frazzled, and you walk right up to her.
Yeah, right up, like this close. Like,
okay.
Hey, what the fuck, man? Don't you know why am I out here?
Because we haven't opened the house yet? I don't really...
Yeah, it's cold as balls. Can I just go in?
No.
Should I just pull my money? Come on, this is my show.
This is your show.
It's my show.
This is your show. You're
It's
the producer
my
of this show.
Well, you took my money. Don't you know who I am? Everyone knows who I am. They all know who I am.
I have no idea who you are.
What the fuck?
Is there...
I want to go see Addie.
You want to go see Addie? Oh my god. Okay. Listen. I'm just... I'm sorry. Who did you say you were again? Do you... and she's sort of looking down at her list. What is your name? Because that might help.
I'm Noah. Noah Eastville.
Noah Eastville. And she's sort of scanning through. Roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
All right. Nice roll. All right. Oh dear.
Oh no.
That's actually not that bad. That's a 17.
17. Okay. All right. Just like Noah Eastman. Do you mind just staying here for 1 second? I'm just gonna go grab the ASM.
Oh.
I just want to make sure like that everything is in order. But I think we should be able to let you in. So
Just fucking go.
Jesus Christ. So she walks inside, and you see her pull aside a woman through the glass doors who looks, if possible, more frazzled than the woman you were just speaking to, who was already at like an 8.5 out of 10 on the frazzled scale. So this woman is maxing it out. And you see them have a bit of a back and forth. The ASM pulls out her phone, makes a call, and about 2.5 minutes later, you get a text. It's from your mother, and it says, "Don't be such a dick, but you can go inside."
Yeah. All right. In I go.
And you go. All right.
But
you
when I go in, I'm being very careful that everyone else sees me going in.
great. Can you give me a performance check?
10.
Great. As you open the door, you sort of drag your toe on the rug and do a little bit of a stumble, but you do manage to catch yourself. So it's not like a complete face plant, but it's also not the most graceful that you've ever entered a building. And as you walk inside, give me a perception check again with advantage.
All right. Jesus, these rolls. I haven't hit double digits yet.
Oof. With
Perception,
advantage?
that's a 7. Yeah. My high roll so far in 5 rolls has been a 9.
Great,
Nice.
fantastic.
Hmm.
The vibe's like a little off inside, but honestly, it's opening night. Things are weird. It's just it feels kind of chaotic, but like nothing that is necessarily making you feel uncomfortable. Just normal theater chaos. You kind of know normal theater chaos, right?
I'll at least fake it.
And can you give me one more perception check?
There we go. That's a 22.
Ooh.
Great. So as you enter this room and you're standing in the lobby of this beautiful ornate theater with red rugs, with just two massive spiral staircases that go up either side to the balcony, and you look across sort of past what you can see when you're standing outside, but what becomes easily visible as soon as you walk through the doors, and you see a woman who. She's in her early 60s. She's wearing long, skin-tight white pants, a red long-sleeve crew neck shirt with a pearl necklace, pearl earrings, gold stiletto shoes. And you recognize this woman as Lorelei Thermopolis, the producer of this show. And when you look at Lorelei is not happy. Something is very, very wrong. And with that, we are going to move through the theater, through the lobby, past the doors that enter into the main stage space, onto the theater, which is laden with set pieces, ready for the curtain to go up, and into the wings. And in the wings of this theater, Zeki, who do we find there?
You find Corwin, a 45-year-old man, a little bit of salt in with the pepper at this point of his life, a weathered look upon his face. There have been a lot of late nights getting this show ready to go. Pieces of scenery that were leaned on, and now the foam needed to be recast. One headache after another. Just not able to keep down a staff consistently half the time. You see, it's a darker brown hair with hazel eyes. And you see him walking around with his Carhartt overalls. What are you? You can't be standing there. Really? I have to redo all of this. Can I get some paint?
And as you say that, well, not quite as you say that, maybe like 7 to 10 seconds after you say that, you see a short person with cropped brown hair, wearing cargo shorts and a t-shirt that says Pace on the front, which is sort of tucked into the cargo shorts, to a pair of New Balance sneakers. And the intern Mimi comes running up to you holding as many cans of paint as they can carry. Sorry, I don't know which paint you want, so I just brought them all.
Just some primer.
Just
Thank
some primer. I didn't bring primer. I just brought the colors. I can go get the primer though, if you want primer.
Black will be fine. Just
Black is fine.
here.
Okay. Okay. Oh God. Oh man, Corwin, I'm so stressed.
Why? I mean, what besides the?
Well, I mean, besides the obvious, have you seen Maxie yet today? And Corwin, you know that Maxie, there's always 2 interns at a time, and Maxie is the other intern that is in rotation with Mimi right now.
Okay.
Have you seen Maxie today? I haven't seen him yet, and he said he was going to be here, and he said he was going to be on time, and like I know he's usually late, but also like I don't know where Addie is, and it's just weird. Like I don't know, it's just not like him.
Come to think of it, I really haven't seen Maxie yet. Yeah.
And you know, like I've been texting him too, and like he's really bad at texting. Like I know that about him, and I know that like he always forgets to respond, and that's fine. But now just doesn't feel like a time when he should be forgetting to respond and also not showing up for open. It's just not like him, is it?
No, this has been his entire life for the past what? Summer? Fall? I think they
it's the winter now, but you're really close.
No, I know. I'm counting back seasons.
Yeah, right, yeah. But yeah,
It's been half a year, 6-8 months.
6-8 months. Yeah, I don't know. And it's like between Maxie and also Martin, and like Martin hasn't been here the last 3 days either. And like I get it. Turnover is really bad in the arts. Like you can't. The pay sucks. Like if we're being honest, the pay is really bad.
The pay is garbage. Yes.
I get wanting to leave for a better opportunity, but just like leaving without telling anyone, I don't know. It doesn't seem like Maxie.
No, if there was someone who would actually give a 2-week notice,
It's Maxie, right? Like
it's Maxie. Yeah.
Maxie is the pinnacle of professionalism. I swear to God. And I mean, I don't want to say bad things about Adeline, because like she's been really nice to me, but she's not here either. And
That doesn't seem right. Are you sure? Have you checked?
have I checked? No, I've just heard the director and producer screaming at each other for the last hour and a half.
And what were they saying?
Adeline's not here. Someone go find Adeline. Adeline's being a diva again. Adeline's not showing up. And like, again, totally valid. Like she definitely has her moments, but like, do you think she wouldn't show up? I don't know.
Well, who did they send to go find her?
Well, I mean, I don't think that
Is that where
mean-
Maxie is?
maybe, but I feel like again, Maxie would have showed up and he would have told me.
Not if one of the producers called him straight away.
That's fair. Okay. Yeah. Maybe they sent the lowest person on the totem pole to go and get the lead who this show hinges on. It's
an intern thing.
seems-
No offense. It's an intern thing,
Sure.
though.
I mean, but don't you think that they would have sent me first? I mean, I definitely have done a lot. Like, I feel like if anyone was going to go and find Addie, it would be me. I'm sorry.
Well, don't you think that that's why you are here? You're the number one. You're needed on here. I mean, you've been working just as hard.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Listen, I think you're just nervous about tonight. Everything is going to be fine. Take a deep breath and we'll get through it.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion at advantage.
Yes.
Even with advantage, that's a 12.
Mimi does not look convinced, but I think that at this moment in time, they are satisfied enough that they are gonna continue going about their duties, getting things ready. But they are still incredibly stressed at the whole situation right now, and they are gonna sort of wander off in another direction, sort of looking for things that they can fix, maybe errands they can run. And as that is happening, Seki, can you give me an investigation check, also with advantage? And I would like you to just rifle through your tool set for me.
Oh, investigation, you say?
Advantage. Being very kind at the start of this.
That's an 18.
It's an 18. You know your own tool set very well.
Yes.
And despite the fact that last night when you left and you locked everything up, you are 100% sure that all of your tools were there. They were all in their compartments exactly where they should be. Your hammer is missing. And on that note, we are going to continue on through the wings, down veneered hallways, past different people in costumes, putting on their mics, putting on their makeup, getting prepared, all of them looking a bit agitated purely from the goings on that have been happening in this theater over the last however long it has been. And we come upon a door with the words Adelaine West glossed over in gold on the upper quadrant. And we enter that room. But this room at this point before a show, there should be lip trills and scales and a sense of drama that is just lacking, as Adelaine is nowhere to be seen. What we do see, however, well, Omar, who do we see sitting with their head in their hands in Adelaine's dressing room?
Okay. So, sitting there with their head in their hands, just looking very disappointed and frazzled, is a tall 6'7" kind of hulk of a man with kind of oak brown skin and dreadlocks that have been pulled into a ponytail that would normally go down to the middle of his back. As he stands there wearing this extremely bright and flamboyant gold suit. He, with the square spectacles on his eyes, he paced back and forth as Amir, the Crag Warwood, goes over to one of the side desks and picks up a large belt with the letters WCG Wrestling WGC Wrestling Grappling Coalition. He goes, Amir's going to get in so much trouble for this. Adeline, where are you? Let me, and I pick up my cell phone and I'm dialing and trying to see if someone picks up, and like the hands are huge. He's a giant man and with a small little iPhone in his hand as he's just putting it up to his large ears. Hello. He throws it down to the ground as it breaks. Shit. Amir does not want to pay for that.
Amazing. And Amir, as you are having a bit of a mental breakdown in Adelaine's dressing room, the door swings open, and in the doorway you see a tall, middle-aged man with brown hair with flecks of gray in it, wearing a very well-tailored suit, who you recognize as the director of the show, Thomas De La Rue. And Thomas walks in and just sort of looks around and looks at you and goes, well, we're fucked, aren't we?
A little bit, I think. Yeah, we're pretty fucked.
Like, when we cast Adelaine, I knew she was a flight risk. We knew this going into it. But there's just, her family has so much money.
Yes.
And it's really hard to say no
Yeah.
to money. And she's good. The girl's good. She has talent. She can sing. She's very convincing. I've never met someone who can cry on command as quickly as she can. But God, she's too young, isn't she?
Yeah, Yeah, I would say cut her some slack. I mean, she may be young, but she comes from, well, and he looks to the left and to the right, some good money, and money talks in this business. No.
Amir, money doesn't make opening night happen without the lead.
I mean, if you want, Amir could go on. I've been looking to get into show business myself.
he, he just laughs. He's like, "Oh, you're funny, Amir. You're a funny guy. Well, when we both are careerless and out on the street, maybe we can tell each other jokes. You know, that could be fun. Could be a fun way to. Oh God.
Well, do you want to try calling her parents or maybe her house? I don't know.
Amir, do you want to get two of the biggest names in Hollywood on the line and call them and tell them that their daughter is potentially missing? Is that what you're suggesting right now? Is that what you want to do?
You have a point there. Okay.
Amir,
Yes.
listen to me. I'm going to go find Lorelai. You're going to find Adeline. And this show is going to go off without a hitch.
All right. Yes. Amir can do this.
I fucking hope Amir can do this, because if Amir can't do this, we are all so screwed in so many different ways.
Don't
And
you
he
worry.
doesn't wait for you to finish. He turns around and he walks out the door.
Fuck.
And Amir, can you please give me a perception check as you are sitting in this room alone again?
Okay. A natural 1, but a total of 6.
Fantastic. The room's looking kind of like a dressing room before a show. There's some makeup out, some costumes. But what I will say, even with a 6, over on not the main makeup table, not the place where she is normally getting ready and putting on her mascara and blush, but on, I'd say, a table next to the door that sometimes is where snacks get stashed, water, Gatorade, whatever. You see Adeline's cell phone.
Oh.
And it's a little weird, because if Adeline was just kind of fucking off and running late, she'd probably have her cell phone. And on that note, we zoom out and away from Amir, who is having quite an evening, and come back through the stage, back through the lobby, and back out to the front of the theater, where now that Noah has vacated his spot in the front of the line, and the line has all moved up one person, there is someone else standing and patiently waiting to get in through the doors. Rachel, would you please describe your character?
Yes, standing in line is a starry, bright-eyed baby girl with red hair and a messy bun, just excitedly chattering on her cell phone, saying, "Yes, Dr. Gilchrist, I am in line. I am so excited. Thank you so much for the backstage pass. This is a dream. All right, I think they're going to take my ticket soon, so I've got to go, but I promise to call you after we're done, doctor. Thank you again so much." And then she hangs up the phone.
Amazing. And so you are standing in the front of the line, and because of your vantage point at the front, you can sort of see, similar to the way that Noah could, just like a little bit into the front of the lobby through these glass double doors. Can you please roll me a perception check?
Of course. That's a crit.
Oh, fantastic.
Boom.
Nice.
So you look through these double doors and you lock eyes with a very austere, a little bit scary middle-aged woman, not women. There's only one of them, with graying hair, white pants, a red shirt, gold stilettos, and when you two lock eyes, her eyes widen and then they narrow, and she is making an absolute beeline for you. You have a second if you want to do anything. Otherwise, she is going to come through those doors.
Nope.
Nope.
Not prepared.
Great.
Tessa is not prepared
Fantastic.
for any confrontation of any kind.
I love that for you. So Lorelai storms through these doors and she is going to grab you by the arm. And I would like you to make a strength saving throw with disadvantage.
Okay. Strength is my worst one. Okay, that's that. That's gonna be an 8.
Great. Actually, let me roll. Perfect. So this very fierce looking woman who just sort of commands the attention of any room that she's in comes bursting out through these doors, grabs you by the arm, and before you have even a split second to say, what's going on? Who are you? She has pulled you into the lobby of the theater, and she whirls around and she looks at you and she goes, what on earth do you think you are playing at? I have no idea what kind of productions you have been involved with in the past. And I don't have words for how absolutely disappointed I am in the lack of professionalism that you are exhibiting here tonight. I will give you 7 seconds to explain why you are not backstage in your dressing room getting ready. And then she sort of stops and she looks at you. And her eyes narrow just a little bit more. And can you please roll an insight check for me?
Of course, as the tears are welling up in Tessa's eyes, like she's done everything wrong. She's like, I just was supposed to come to the theater. What did you want? Insight. Thank you. That's gonna be 16.
This woman has somehow inexplicably confused you with the woman who is playing the lead in this production. This could be to your advantage as the aspiring actress that you are. So again, I will give you a couple seconds to respond to this before she says anything else.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm one of Dr. Gilchrist's students over at NYU. I have the backstage pass. I didn't know I was supposed to go backstage first. I thought I was supposed to see the show and then get a tour of the backstage. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do anything wrong.
She kind of looks at you again, and her expression softens, but becomes almost devious. And she looks at you and she goes, Noah, darling, can you come here for a minute?
Oh, hey, Addie.
This looks like Addie, does it not? And I'd like you to roll a perception check for me.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
Great. This woman looks almost exactly like Addie, but you know this is not Addie. Maybe it's a different positioning of freckles or just like a slightly different shape of the jaw, but she is truly almost a dead ringer for Addie.
That's not Addie. You look like Addie. She's got the thing there and you got the thing here.
She does look like Addie, doesn't she? And she's gonna grab both of you and pull you off into a corner. Noah.
Yeah.
You have invested, well, your family has invested quite a lot of money in ensuring that this production goes smoothly. Have they not?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to need your help here. Sweetie, sorry, what did you say your name was? Your name is
Tessa.
Tessa, right? Tessa, sweetie. You want to be an actress, right?
More than anything in the whole world.
Great, fantastic. Tonight, you're playing Adeline West. Okay?
Wait, Lori, where's Addie?
Addie's just a little under the weather. She's gonna be fine.
No.
Give me
That
an
makes
insight check.
That's a 1.
Great. Addie's sick. Addie's
Addie's
sick.
sick.
The show's
That
gotta go
makes-
on.
That makes sense. Yeah.
This makes sense, right?
We need to
She's
just grab
saying a
people
lot
off
of-
the street. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just how this business goes.
100%. That's how show business goes, baby. She goes, Taylor, darling. Tessa, sorry, Tessa, darling. How familiar are you with the show, if at all?
Well, I did play the lead in our production over the spring semester.
Oh, you did. Oh, this is fantastic.
It's kismet. This is supposed to be.
This is just perfect, sweetie. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. All right, Jake. Oh God, Jake Noah. Your name is Noah. Your name is not Jake. Sometimes I get those names confused. I have a friend named Noah who goes by Jake, so just it all gets mishmashed in my brain. Noah, darling, would you take Tessa backstage to her dressing room and just help her get ready, show her where the costumes are. You have a general idea. You've been to the theater before. Just get her prepped for me, would you? I'll handle everything with everyone else. All right?
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
can do that.
You can do that. Oh boy. And with that, she's going to turn around and start rounding up other cast and crew members. And Noah and Tessa, you are alone together. Theoretically, going to be walking back to her dressing room, but what would you like to do?
You look just like her. That's weird.
Just like the
Hold
lead
on.
in
I
this.
just need to take a quick. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Come with me.
Oh, okay. Is this gonna count toward my equity weeks?
To what? I don't
The
know what that
actors
fucking
union,
is.
actors equity.
Yeah. I don't.
I'm
know.
non-union, so
Yeah. Sure. I don't know. Fuck. Yeah. Okay.
And with that, you make your way backstage and towards the dressing room with Adeline West's name on it. And Tessa and Noah, you walk into the dressing room, and as you do, you see a rather large man looking rather distraught, sitting down at a makeup table, holding one cell phone that appears to just be dead, and another cell phone that maybe is broken, potentially dropped, unclear. And Omar, give me a perception check with advantage, because you and Addie have worked together for a very long time, so the DC is very low for you to see through this.
Ooh. Okay, so that's going to be a 24.
You see a woman that looks almost exactly like Addie, but is absolutely not Addie, come in along with Noah, who you probably have crossed paths with. He is obnoxious. He has a lot of money, but his parents are funding the show, so it is important to somewhat stay in his good graces, especially because his family and Addie's family know each other fairly well.
So I would know Noah from seeing.
You would
him.
know Noah. You would not know Tessa, but what you would know about Tessa is that she is almost identical to Addie, but
Okay.
not Addie.
I get up and turn around, and seeing the two of you walking, Amir goes, Meal ticket. I made Addy as he runs up to Tessa and immediately stops in place, and getting like about like inches away from you, like as if he's about to like go and pick you up in jubilation, but then stops and goes, "You are not Addy."
No, but she looks like her, huh?
Remarkably so.
Yeah. Tess, this is Amir. Amir, this is Tess. She's gonna be doing the stuff tonight.
What's happened to Adeline?
Is she sick? Wouldn't you know that? Lorelei said she's sick.
Amir, can I also get an insight check when Noah says she's sick?
Sure. That is going to be a 17.
17. You think Noah thinks she's sick? It feels very unlikely that this young woman would be sick in bed at home without her phone. That just does not make sense to you.
Mr. Noah, I think Amir thinks you are mistaken. I found Addie's phone here, and she would go nowhere without this.
Look, that does seem weird, but I don't know, man. Actresses, I don't know.
Right. But we have... Excuse me, what did you say your name was?
Tessa, hi, nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure. I'm Amir. Amir the Crag Warwood.
I've seen you wrestle.
You've seen Amir wrestle. Excellent.
Yeah,
excellent.
I'm a big fan. Professional wrestling is the theater of the body, you know?
Right, but hold on. Do you have a cell phone?
Of course. I was just calling my director, Dr. Gilchrist.
Let me see it. And I go and grab the cell phone from you. I hold it up and take a selfie of us and hand it back to you. No charge.
Wow. Thank you.
No charge. Amazing. Tessa, you are in this room. This expectation here, the precedent that has been set, is that you are going to be getting ready to go on for the first scene of a Broadway show. What you gonna do?
In my head, I'm like, what's the reality of what a theater person would do here? And it's like, you can't. You can't.
There is no reality.
There's no reality. I mean, I do have all of the lines memorized, but I don't know your particular blocking of this. Is the director around? Could I maybe speak to them, or what alterations have been made to this?
Amir, roll me a history check with advantage, please.
Certainly. Let's see. History is +2. Oh. A 15. 14.
14. Okay. Amir wants to be an actor. That's pretty well established. Amir has watched this show from the wings many times. Amir could probably walk Tessa through the blocking pretty darn well at this point. But it is up to you if you would like to offer that service.
I pause for a moment, or Amir pauses for a moment, thinking the show must go on, being a performer himself. Amir can teach you some of the steps, teach you where to go, what to say, so you needn't worry. I mean, you look exactly like, surprisingly, Adelie, so I think, have you seen the show before, yes?
Yes, I played the lead last spring semester in our production, but I've not seen this production, so I don't know what artistic differences have been selected.
Just your instincts, Tessa, right?
Tessa, yes.
Amir will show you the ropes.
Amir, can I have a performance check, please, as you try to take her very quickly through the blocking for the entire show when we are already late for the doors to open to the front of house?
Sure. Ooh, that is a 21.
Wow. So you kind of walk her through. You don't give her all of the blocking, but you give her the important things. It's sort of like, all right, like if she doesn't go to the exact right spot at this point in time, it's not going to completely derail the production. Like, here are the beats that you have to hit in order to make things work the way that they are supposed to work. And then Amir, are you also helping Tessa get into costume and makeup and that sort of thing, or is Tessa on their own?
Oh, totally. Amir knows makeup as a professional wrestler and future performer in movies. Amir knows how to beat a face, as he will, put on makeup and apply to the best of his ability to make her look like the part.
Perfect. In that case, Rachel, could you please, as you are sitting down and applying the signature makeup of Andrea, please give me a performance check with advantage since Amir is helping you.
Natural 20!
Amir, when Tessa finishes with this makeup application and she turns to you, even you are having a very hard time distinguishing Tessa from Addie. It is that little like distinguishing mole that moved over now looks like it's in the correct place. Even the contouring of the jawline has somehow made her look almost, truly, not even almost, indistinguishable from Addie.
Well, Amir is impressed. You look just like Addie. Amir is so good.
Yes, Amir, your skills as a makeup artist are unparalleled.
All in a day's work.
And Noah, while all this is going on, what's happening with you?
I'm mostly just in awe of Amir's amazing makeup talents.
Perfect. Wonderful.
This is more beautiful than your moonsault.
I mean, almost.
Almost. You're right, almost.
Amir puts a lot of practice in the physique and in the style and the arts. It's not only these muscles, and he kind of flexes a little bit, and he like I say, he's huge. These muscles, it almost ripples out of his shirt. He says, I also know how to, perform acrobatic maneuver. So it's poetry in motion. But you are stunning.
Thank you. I'm in your debt.
And I would like to give her a bardic inspiration.
Ooh. How do you inspire her? What do you do?
I look over at her and it says, You are a spitting image of Addie. Amir thinks you will do an amazing job. I can feel it.
Thank you.
You are a star, just like Amir.
And as this happens, Thomas comes back in and he looks at Tessa, and then he looks at you and he goes, "Holy shit, you did it! Well done, Amir. Where the fuck did you find her?"
And I look over at Jake. Oh, sorry, I look over at Noah.
Jake, Noah, one and the same. Really.
She was just outside.
You were just standing out. Jesus Christ, Addie. Oh my. Well, are you ready? Are you ready to go?
Yes, I am Addie, and I'm ready to go.
Can you please roll me a deception check?
Of course.
You do have bardic inspiration if you need to use it.
Thank you. How does that work? Bardic inspiration on my rolls? I know it's a D6.
Yeah, and before you see the result of the roll, you can add a D6 if you want.
Cool. All right.
What I will say, since I did canonically say you look exactly like Addie right now, I will let you roll at an advantage if you would like.
Thank you.
I am feeling very, very
Ooh.
generous this evening.
Cool. All right.
I will not stay this generous
and
as
then
things go on.
Inspiration. 13, Deception. Oh god. Well, that's gonna be 19.
Woo.
He kind of looks at you, and there is a little bit of frustration in his glance, but it seems as though it is frustration at the fact that you were so goddamn late, and not necessarily suspicion that you are not who you say you are, which this moment in time is a bit of a win for you. And he sort of looks at all of you and he goes, all right, Lorelei wants to get all the cast and crew together on stage before we start. So just get all your asses up there, please. And then he turns around and leaves the dressing room. And do you follow him? Yes.
Yes.
All three of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just doting eyes looking at my masterpiece. Amir just kind of followed behind.
Doting eyes looking at your masterpiece. I love that.
I'm gonna be like nudging him. Hey, that was pretty good. I think we did it.
Yeah, we more so Amir, but yes. You found her, so you get partial credit.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you all make your way to the stage, entering through the wings, and as you enter, you, Omar and Noah, see Corwin, who is sort of just finishing up some last minute touches on scenery, painting some things black with the paint that the intern brought them, and do you acknowledge each other in any way? Do you have any sort of conversation, or do you just walk in and sit your little butts on the stage?
Oh, hey, Corey.
Hi, Noah. And it's Corwin. Your parents never had a problem remembering that. Who's this?
Give me as well a perception check when you look at Tessa.
That's a 12.
Looks like Addie.
Addie, you're late. What's the deal?
Amir, give me an insight check very quickly.
That is a 14.
14. Even with a 14, you know Corwin. If there is someone that you would like to bring in on any sort of shenanigans to be able to help you in any way, Corwin is definitely that person.
Okay. I walk on over to Corwin, probably towering over him as I bend over and say, "Old man, come here. Amir has something that he needs to tell you," as he looks left and right and kind of just pulls you into like almost a headlock as he gets really low, blocking any view from the outside. That is not Eddie. That is Tessa. Yes. Amir has turned her into the beautiful actress you see before you. Eddie is somewhere.
And
It
we're
is
just
kind
gonna...
of messed up that you didn't go after her.
That's neither here nor there.
Did you tell the intern? The other one's missing, and this one's running around like a chicken with its head cut off.
At this point, Mimi runs by just like holding a bunch of supplies that are like falling out of their arms. It's like, oh man, everything's ready. I promise everything's ready. And just like zooms past across the stage.
Well, I'll go with you with this whole Tessa Addie thing, but are you sure they're going to be good to go for this? This is opening night after all.
She'll be fine. Amir has taught her all the steps, and look at that work. It's like a canvas of beautiful art. Do you trust Amir? You have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, hey, did you see that other one go running past? She looks really stressed.
Yeah, Noah, why don't you go talk to them?
That's a good idea. Need some leadership.
That's it. Go get him, Tiger.
No, are you going to
I'm
go
on it,
over
Corey.
and
God
chat
damn
to
it.
Mimi?
Yeah.
All right, so Mimi truly is running around as if they are a chicken with their head cut off, just like trying to make sure everything on the prop table is set, but also trying to make sure that, you know, all the set pieces are where they need to be and that everyone is in like the right place. Although right now everyone is gathering for this impromptu meeting that Lorelai has called, so it's really just kind of throwing a wrench in everything. You, I guess, do you stop them or how do you
Oh, yeah,
approach
yeah,
them?
yeah. Hey, you seem really stressed right now.
I am so stressed.
And I'm kind of like your boss, so I think you should just like stop and
Are
take
you?
some deep breaths.
I thought Rachel, the ASM, was my
You know,
boss.
I'm kind of like the boss. Just.
So you want me to stop setting up for the show that's
Yeah,
already
just
starting late and breathe? Is that what you're asking me to do?
yeah. I think that's a good idea.
Give me a persuasion check.
21.
Oh, okay. They put down everything that they're holding. They close their eyes and they just begin to take several breaths.
Isn't that better now?
I mean, I guess I'm still really stressed about everything. And also, have you seen Maxie?
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but
The
you're gonna do
other-
great.
The
Good
other
luck.
intern that and then you just walk away and leave me just like okay, I guess I'll go back to doing what I was doing, and returns to being equally as frantically stressed as they were before you walked over. Fantastic. So at this point in time, Lorelai sort of struts into the theater, walks up onto stage, looks over at you, Tessa, and kind of beckons for you to come join her. You're muted.
Sorry, my cat was meowing like crazy, so I was like, "Let's mute myself." Yes. Hi again.
Not now. And so she just gestures for you to come stand next to her, but not
Oh.
speak.
Hmm.
She then turns to the cast and the crew and she says, "Good evening, everyone. I know that there has been well, this evening has not gone quite as smoothly as we would have hoped. But no matter. Adeline has arrived. She actually, Adeline, I think that the cast and crew deserve some sort of apology for your rudeness, your lateness, your disrespect. This is not an example that the lead in a show should be setting for everyone else involved. So actually, if you don't mind, and I don't care if you mind because I am demanding it at this point, can you please apologize to everyone for your rudeness?" And then she just looks at you.
I'd like to offer my sincerest apologies for my inability to arrive as listed on the call sheet. I vow to give it my all out there this evening as penance for my tardiness. Thank you very much for your time.
Could I have a performance check, please?
Oh boy. This poor baby.
It's your big break, babes.
Going for it. That's gonna be a 9.
Everyone sort of is just shooting you dirty looks and grumbling and just seemingly rather frustrated with the fact that not only have you wasted everyone's time, that also this is opening night of the show, and at this point, you guys are starting more than half an hour behind schedule. Front of house is open, but clearly no one, or not front of house, the lobby is open, but clearly no one is in the theater right now. So everything is just incredibly delayed. And folks are not happy. Very quickly, are any of my lovely PCs proficient in Arcana?
Absolutely not.
Omar, are you?
You might
I am technically, so as a bard, I'm partially proficient in everything. So
Okay,
I'm half
all right.
proficient in it.
Then at this moment in time, Omar, just give me an Arcana roll.
Okay. 18.
18. Are you standing or sitting at this moment in time?
I would be standing after releasing Corin from the headlock.
Perfect. So as you're standing sort of just out of the wings, listening to this speech, you sort of feel it's almost like a chill, but you're not cold. And you don't entirely know what it is that you are feeling, but something in the space has shifted in a way that you can't quite put your finger on, but it feels magical.
I look over at Corwin, who's nearest to me. Do you feel that? Like a chill in the air.
I pull at the thermal undershirt that I'm wearing underneath of my overalls. No.
Okay. It just feels my senses are just kind of on edge. Amir feels that there's just something weird in the air. Just keep your eyes out.
Lovely.
Speaking of keeping your eyes open, have you seen my hammer? You know how meticulous I keep all of my tools. Someone's taken my hammer.
Why don't you just buy another one?
Oh, you don't get it. Never mind.
Amir, sorry, but no, I have not seen it. And he just shifting back and forth, a little like nervous. You see him just moving back and forth, grabbing his hands in and out.
What are you so nervous about?
Just Amir feels that there's just something odd.
Yeah. There's always been something odd about this production. The last place we were at, haunted. People, once a month, we go through staff in the back of house.
Amir, you were at the last place. Give me just a little bit of an insight check.
Sure.
Insight or history, whichever is. I mean, they're probably roughly the same, but you can pick.
Let's see. I am better at. I'll do history.
Perfect.
Okay. Ooh, and try it again. Okay, that's gonna be an 11.
11. Even with an 11, everyone said that the old theater was haunted. You knew there was some magical hijinks at the old theater, and you're starting to get a feeling that despite the fact that you are on Broadway now and in a new location and a new environment, that weirdness and that magic didn't get left behind when you switched locations.
Well, now that you mention it, Corwin, Mir remembers the last place, and something's not right. We should just make sure, just all that weird and heebie-jeebies that happened at the last place could have followed us here. So just be on your guard.
DM, can I roll insight to see if there's something more that
Absolutely.
Amir's not telling me that might be throwing
fucking
things?
lutely. You may.
Well, even with a +7, I rolled a 3, so that's 10.
Amir is the most honest person that you have talked to today.
Hmm.
And he is being completely forthcoming and truthful. And there is nothing more going on in Amir's brain at this moment in time than exactly what is coming out of his mouth. Noah, while all this is happening, what's happening with you?
I'm just standing, trying to be important.
Just kidding. Give me a performance check.
24.
You look so important and so official.
I'm
Like
pretty
people are
fucking
kind of
important.
giving you eyes, like even the people that you haven't really interacted with before. It is very clear that you are the money behind this whole thing while you stand on that stage. It is just you are exuding the confidence that a spoiled rich kid, only a spoiled rich kid, can exude.
So, I pay your salary.
Perfect. Okay. So while this is going on, Lorelai and Tessa are still in the middle of the stage because Lorelai does not allow Tessa to go sit down after her apology has commenced. And Lorelai sort of finishes her motivational speech for the cast and crew. You know, it's opening night. We're going to be amazing. And lastly, I think you're all aware, but the playwright himself, one Joshua Schlib, is going to be here, which is very exciting, if I do say so, which is all the more reason why this must go off without a hitch. And when she says that, she looks directly at you, Tessa. All that being said, we will be opening the house very shortly. You all have 10 minutes to get ready, get to places, and perform a fucking brilliant show. And that last line is, you don't need to roll anything. That is a threat. That is not enthusiasm. That is not excitement. That is a you will fucking do this or else. And with that, she believes and begins getting things ready. And you all have about 10 minutes before this show is going to start to do whatever it is you would like to do.
Yo, Amir, when's your next fight?
And Amir still looking very nervous, just pacing back and forth. Amir's on sabbatical. Let's just say the production team seems to think that Amir should take a break. So Amir needs to focus on Amir's acting. So here we are. So yeah. And he just kind of seems just like going through his words a mile a minute, just pacing back and forth.
Amir and Corwin, can you both roll me insight checks at advantage?
Ooh, natural one, drop that. Okay. 16.
16. Okay, and Corwin?
That's a 27.
Ooh.
Well, I
Rolling
think
a natural 20.
Jesus. Okay, Corwin. Sorry, Amir. You noticed some shit, but Corwin. Things are just not adding up to you right now. Sure, there's this girl who's here who can go on stage and maybe play Andrea, but also maybe not. But like that's not really what's concerning you right now. What is concerning you right now is the fact that 2 people have not shown up for work today two people have not shown up to work today, not including Addie. So really 3 people have not shown up for work today. And you've been told that these people have quit, ? I guess no one said anything about Maxie yet, but Generally, when people leave the show, there's some sort of announcement made that they've quit and blah blah blah, and like that's sort of the end of things. That is just not sitting right with you today.
And you know what? There hasn't even really been that much gossip about them leaving either. Usually everybody is up into everybody's business behind the scenes.
And on top of that, Corwin, your hammer being gone does not feel like it is just a random thing. It feels like there is some, you don't know what it is, but something is there. Amir, what I will give you for your 16, the other person who has not showed up today, who we kind of mentioned briefly earlier, is Martin. Martin didn't show up yesterday either. There was a bit of a, oh, Martin's not with us anymore, sort of throw it under the rug. But you would know, as Addie's bodyguard, that for the last, well, really, it's been for quite a long time now, because this was happening at your old theater as well. Addie was getting a lot of notes that they weren't necessarily threatening notes, but they didn't necessarily feel great either. It felt as though there was someone who was taking a very strong interest in Addie. And you know, at a certain point, these notes were beginning to freak her out. You also know that Martin was one of the only people who really took the note seriously and who would chat to Addie about sort of what's going on and how she's feeling and any concerns that she has. It's not necessarily going to go to the police. I don't even know that Martin thought that this was like crime worthy. But Martin definitely was very much there for Addie while she was sort of dealing with the fact that, you know, does she have a stalker? Like, what's going on? It's not like anyone had ever showed up, so there wasn't any imminent danger, but there was just some weirdness there. And now Martin is no longer with us. So that's what you get in a 16.
Is Addie's phone on? Like it's powered, or is it
No, Addie's phone is dead. But you could plug it in if you wanted to.
Yes. I would probably run over to one of the stage crews or the people who are running around and says, "You have an iPhone 7 charger or something, whatever this is called."
Addie has an iPhone 7. This girl is rich.
11.
The guy's like, yeah, sure, here you go, and he just hands you one of the multitude of chargers that he has on his belt, and just hands it over to you.
And he kind of looks at it and just like, yeah, I think that's how it works, and plugs it in. Not one, he's an Android user. As he goes ahead and plugs it in into the nearest outlet and tries to turn it on. And then my intent is to kind of go through it, see if I see anything like messages, unless it's like locked.
Okay. So first things first, it takes a minute. You see that little blinking battery symbol. Kind of just have to, like, you know, tap your toes, wait for that all to reboot and begin to run again. And as it does reboot, a lock screen does come up, but I would like you to give me a history check to see if you remember her passcode, because you have been working with Addie for quite some time. And I imagine there have been many moments where she's been like, "Can you please unlock my phone for me, Amir?"
Excellent. Come on, big money, big money. Okay, natural 16 plus, does he say history?
Yes.
18.
Perfect. So yeah, it doesn't take that much for you to recall what that passcode is. You have entered that in so many goddamn damn times over the course of however many years you have been working with her. And you are into the phone. Can you tell me exactly what it is that you are looking for? I know you said you're looking for like text messages and things. Like what information are you trying to glean?
I am looking forward to see who she was talking to last, any missed calls since the last time I've seen her, or even a little bit before that, to see if like maybe someone was like, hey, knew her number and was like, I'm gonna get you, or something to that effect.
Okay. So I guess you're gonna go through her text messages. Let's start there. Okay. So give me an investigation check.
Okay. I'm really sorry, Addie, but Amir's getting a little worried. Okay, that's not very good. 12.
Oh, okay. There's not a whole lot in the text messages. There's a little bit of back and forth with her family. There's a big family group chat where they're all wishing her good luck for opening night. Some texts with friends, just sort of chatting about how she is really excited. But even with the 12, the last text message that she sent, which is it's just to a friend of hers, someone you know. Their name's Paige, not someone who is related to the production at all. It just says, "I'm feeling very strange. Must be pre-show jitters," and that was probably around 1 o'clock this afternoon.
And that's the last thing, did she get a response?
I think her friend her friend texted back and was like, "You're gonna do great, sweetie," like heart, and that was it.
Okay.
That is the only thing, and that the only reason that does stand out to you is that this is not this show's first rodeo. Like, yes, it's her first time on Broadway, but Addie, she has been performing pretty much her whole life. Pre-show jitters, not really a thing she get. I mean, it's possible. It's absolutely possible, but it doesn't feel very Addie-like. Just like leaving her phone in her dressing room and not bringing it with her doesn't feel very Addie-like.
I'm getting really worried. This is unlike you, Addie. I look around. Is Noah nearby by any chance?
Noah, where are you?
I'm probably just standing on the stage.
I like that canonically Noah has just plopped himself down on the stage and is like, "I'll live here now."
Yeah.
My home. Okay, so yeah, you look up onto the stage and Noah is there, sort of chest puffed out, trying to look important, kind of like looking down at everyone while they're getting ready.
I'll hop up to him and says, "No, Amir found this in Addie's phone, the real Addie. She's not," and I show him the text. She never leaves her phone, and she was talking about pre-show jitters, and she's a seasoned veteran. Amir would know, and I got the heebie-jeebies. Amir felt something extra in the air, almost paranormal, and Amir's getting a little worried. What do you think?
Ghosts aren't real, man. Don't worry about it.
I don't know.
She's just sick.
Amir kind of looks around nervously. Maybe we should call. Well, no, we don't want to call the police. Maybe we should get her parents involved. I know we don't want to bother them, but Mia thinks that if it's something serious, remember that rumor about the stalker and Martin's not here, and he was the one who mentioned it first.
Noah, give me an insight check when when Amir says we should call her parents.
All right. That is a +0, so 5.
Nice.
Calling her parents seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, I would not call her parents, man. They're not cool.
While it's happening, Corwin,
Yes.
there is a lot of things that are sitting strangely in your head and stomach at the moment. What do you want to do with these 10 minutes up until things need to get started?
I see Noah and Amir. I don't think I see Tessa.
Tessa, what would you have done when Lorelai walks away and just leaves you in the middle of the stage?
Called my theater director, Dr. Gilchrist, who is also my warlock patron.
All right, Corwin, we will get back to you in 1 second. I would just love to see how this plays out.
No, we gotta roll this one.
All right, so Tessa, you pick up your phone, you dial up,
Beep, 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 beep.
and you hear on the other end of the phone, "Oh, hello?"
Dr. Gilchrist?
Yes, this is Dr. Gilchrist.
Hi, it's Tessa again. I know
Tessa,
hi.
yes, hello.
I know that I said I was going to call you after the show, but
Yes, this is a
some-
little soon.
something happened.
Yes, tell me more.
I'm going on
What do you mean?
as the lead in the show. A lady grabbed me and pulled me backstage, and now I'm supposed to do the show as the actor who's not here.
Tessa, this is great news. Okay, we're French now. I am just so happy for you. This is all right. Let's see.
It's just so fast, Dr. Gilchrist.
Yes. I know. But you know what? Just do what we always do in rehearsal. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And what is that? Can you tell me what we always do in rehearsal?
Trust your instincts.
Yes. Trust your instincts. Exactly right, Tessa. Exactly.
Okay, some of my instincts are a little upset. Should I trust those?
Well, I think that the real key to trusting your instincts is knowing which instincts to trust and which instincts to tell to fuck off.
So I should tell the fear ones to fuck off.
Your words, not mine.
Oh, Dr. Gilchrist, you are such a balm in all these times. You've really helped me grow as an artist.
And as are you, Tessa. You are just truly my favorite pupil. And you know that I am with you always.
Yes, and Dr. Gilchrist, after this show is over, I would love to be able to leverage this great favor that I'm doing for the beautiful art of theater to book an audition for Hamilton, please.
Tessa, sweetie, we will have conversation after this, but there's a lot of we're gonna unpack your privilege just a tiny bit at some point in the future, but now is probably not the time. You are going to be amazing. You are going to be wonderful. You are very, very white.
I don't
so
really,
white.
I could just be Peggy.
Again, we will have conversations. You will do great, and then we will talk.
Fine, then I'd like to leverage this for my equity weeks.
I think that is a much more reasonable ask than a audition for Hamilton. But again, we'll talk later. Tonight, you do good things. Yes.
All right, Dr. Gilchrist. Thank you.
Perfect. Again, Tessa, remember, I'm always there if you need me. Click. And yes, so Corwin, you see Tessa, who has just hung up the phone with you don't know who, but she is looking a little bit more chipper, perhaps, than she was prior to the phone call.
Huh. Well, none of this seems right. Amir.
Yes, old man.
The more I think about it, the more I think you're right. There's something going on. We need this opening night to go off without a hitch. How about we grab Noah and we maybe take Tessa back to her dressing room? She can have one last moment to prepare, drink some water, whatever. I don't know what you all do in those rooms, but
Dreads. In the name. Come on.
Yeah,
Canonically, we do dress in dressing rooms. That is very smart.
That makes a lot of sense. You're right. That's on me. It's on my face. But I think maybe we should, retrace where Addie's been the past couple, day. hours, whatever. When's the last time you saw her?
When is the last time I saw her, TM?
Give me a little history.
Okay. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10. I mean, you guys had a rehearsal during the day yesterday. It wasn't like a full out dress rehearsal because it's the day before opening night. You don't want to blow out your pipes or anything like that. Sorry, my brain is very dirty. That came out of my mouth. And and then anyway, you don't want to fuck up your vocal cords or anything like that. So there was like a bit of blocking, some like last minute, just making sure that like all the props and things are in the right place. And Addie was definitely there yesterday afternoon. And that is probably the last time that you saw her. She went home for, I don't know, went home for the evening and you haven't seen her since then.
And the last time Amir saw Addie was about 24 hours ago. So we did the blocking and the practicing and doing her makeup. And she just went off probably partying and doing all the things that rich kids do. That was
So
the
then we
last
should
Amir.
definitely get Noah to maybe help us find some other rich kid. And maybe Tessa, I don't know. She just looks really smug.
I mean, she's rough on the edges, but I think Mimir thinks she'll do great, and perhaps stall for enough time so we can find the real Tessa. Oh, sorry, the real Addie.
So are you guys gonna grab Noah? Is that what's happening? Grabbing Noah and Tessa, or just Noah?
Yeah, grabbing Noah and Tessa and
Cool.
going back to Addie's dressing room. Maybe
Cool.
retrace some steps, search for clues.
Sure. So tell me what you guys are looking for. Are you looking in the hallway on the way to the dressing room? Are you in the dressing room itself looking around? Or are you looking at the rest of the theater? God, I wish we had Tailspire right now because this theater is so beautiful. It would be so fucking fun to explore, but that's fine. So yeah, tell me where you're looking. Tell me what you're looking for.
This is where I would actually take all of us into one of the bathrooms and just have a scene in the bathroom.
Ooh,
So
good bathroom
good.
scene.
So
The
good.
bathrooms are
The
ridiculously
bathrooms
gorgeous.
are ridiculous.
Like,
Again, twitch.tv/Schlibbity. You can see the Opera House in all its splendor. Splendor? I was trying to say grandeur and splendor, and I got splendor. So that's all right. All right. So anyway, so you guys are looking for what? Where?
I would be following Corwin's lead, but also if Amir's seen where Addie has been within this in the last 24 hours in here, I'm just inspecting those places. So going to like our favorite spots, maybe, and things like
Okay.
that.
I'm gonna need you to roll me another Arcana check.
Okay. A 10.
A 10. Okay.
Average.
As you sort of as you're walking by different places on your way back into the dressing room, you sort of focus in on the spots that that Addie tends to sit and eat lunch or congregate and take selfies because the lighting is really great or whatever that may be. With a 10, you don't get a strong hit of anything. However, any place that feels quintessentially Addie has just the tiniest bit more arcane energy than anywhere else in the theater. As mind you, the theater itself you're getting weird hits everywhere. But the places that Addie frequents, just like 1 degree more on the dial, just slightly more magical, and it doesn't feel right. Like something feels very wrong.
As we walk by her favorite spots, like a little corner that she takes selfies and use to take our breaks, I go, wait, Amir feels something. Do you not feel that?
Everyone else, give me an Arcana check, despite your lack of proficiency in it.
Ooh, 15.
15, okay.
14.
And Corwin.
that's a 5 minus 2. That's 3.
Corwin, it's a hallway. it's
It's-
it's a hallway.
I can't find my
Anyone
hammer anywhere. Damn it.
anyone who rolled above 15, so I suppose just Noah, your stomach kind of does the thing it does when you get nervous, where you feel like you have butterflies and it's flipping and tingling, but you're not nauseous. It just you're not at ease.
Do we have a radon detector here?
Uh,
No, why would
I
we
don't
need?
think
There's no sub-slab system here. We don't need anything like that.
I,
I would have needed to know that for the design of the stage.
I feel
I-
weird.
I love that Zeki, because of your background, is like, I know exactly when you need a radon detector, and this is not
that
one of those
situation.
instances.
We are not across the river right now.
Lovely. All right. So is that all that you are looking for? Are you just focusing on Addie right now, or are you also curious maybe about Martin or Maxie or any of the other folks that may or may not be missing or just quit or question mark?
Oh, that is a good point. Amir would definitely be on edge now. He is a very superstitious guy. He would kind of think and be like, Addie is missing, and then there was that Martin fellow and all the others. Should we perhaps go check out where they are?
Are they
Wait.
doing-
Multiple people have gone missing from this production.
just this week, actually, the past 48 hours, in fact.
I feel like that's something I should have been told.
Give me an insight check when you say that, Corwin.
Well, I know Martin's been gone for 3 days, so I might be exaggerating his disappearance.
Right, that's not what this insight check is for. Don't worry.
Just a regular insight check.
Just a regular old insight check. You can even roll with advantage if you would like to,
I
because
would
again,
really
I'm
like
benevolent.
to.
Yeah, so you can roll with advantage. Not good.
Well, 10 is better than 8, so I will take that.
Okay. Actually, Amir, you as well. Give me an insight check when Corwin says that.
I'm slightly insightful with the +3. An 8.
Okay. Yeah, it's only been this week. I don't know. It's just been a weird time. Yeah.
I mean, there's been all those other people quitting throughout the whole production, but
but that's
actually
that's
missing,
normal.
they-
That's theater. People quit
Exactly.
all the time with an 8.
but this many people. That's I was just going to ask Tessa, Noah. You look young-ish. Is this one of those TikTok things?
Yeah, no, this doesn't sound like quiet quitting, man.
Are you
I mean,
asking?
you were
if-
also the generation of the Tide Pod, so I have to ask.
Are you asking if TikTok is doing a disappear from your job challenge?
It's called
I
anti-work.
believe-
We're all for it.
I thought it was like ghosting or
No, quiet quitting is something completely different.
ghost riding the whip.
Amir does not want to startle you all, but this sort of happened before. At the last theater, real strange things, falling, scaffolding, and people actually breaking legs. Not just the term to break a leg, and then now this. Amir thinks perhaps there are rumors that's being haunted are true.
And Corwin perhaps thinks that maybe the last place that was off Broadway might have just needed some work and was not up to code in any shape or form.
Interesting. So at what point, like where in the theater are you all currently?
Ooh, I guess if I would have led you around to one of her favorite spots, I guess it would be where were you mentioning the place she usually hangs out?
I said there's a bench that she always eats lunch on. There is a spot up in one of the balcony boxes that has perfect lighting for selfies.
There, we would. I would have definitely tried to lead them there.
Great. While you
Oh.
guys are up in this box, can everyone give me a perception check?
I'm good.
And
at
I will
those.
also say that as someone who has actually seen the lighting in that box, it is very good lighting.
Again, I wish I could fucking show you guys. It's so cool.
Soon.
Perception.
Oh,
I got a
yeah.
7.
7. Okay.
19.
19. Okay.
13.
13.
14 over here.
14. All right. Which one you got the 19?
Amir did.
Amir did. Great. So Amir, as you are standing in this box, you look out across the theater and to the essentially I'd say sister box, but that's not quite right. The other box that is across the way. And when you look at that, it doesn't look right. Like there are things there that shouldn't be there. And you know that the box is not frequently used to seat people, but should at least be kept clean. And it doesn't look clean at this point in time.
Amir kind of scratches his long beard that he has, and just kind of looks and stares, narrowing his eyes over at it. Amir thinks that looks kind of strange. Never remember those stuff being there before.
And when everyone looks over, now that Amir has pointed it out, you know, genuinely, it almost looks lived in. There's snacks and there's like a little sleeping bag. It's just strange. And it looks like someone had like a sleepover in the theater and then didn't clean up after themselves.
And now we have squatters.
Are you guys interested in going over to that box, or would you like to stay where you
yes.
are? Okay. All right. So you make your way down one spiral staircase, sort of across. You can hear everyone outside in the lobby, like getting ready for the house to open. Across the front and up the second spiral staircase and over into this box. And when you get there, once again, I'm going to need everyone to give me an Arcana check.
I should have put my expertise in that.
7.
6.
6.
13.
13.
Lore Bard.
Zeki.
That's a 14
14.
with my
Okay.
-2.
Okay, well, with both a 13 and a 14, Corwin and Amir, again, it's not something you can fully put your finger on, but this place is wrong. Even more wrong than the place where Addie goes and takes selfies. This feels like that on steroids. This is, and Amir, you would know, like, this is magical fucking shit.
He goes around and kind of grabs a pendant, like a strange kind of writing, a golden pendant on his hands around his neck, and begins spinning around and kind of just spits on it off. Amir senses bad heebie-jeebies here. This place does not feel right. We should probably stay out of it. And he just backs up a little bit, a little nervous.
Does anyone have any sort of detect or dispel or any kind of like magical affecting abilities?
Yes, actually, and I think for a moment, I do have. I think I have detect magic. Let me just. Nope. I have something else. I have locate object. No.
Ah, okay.
I want to cast see invisibility.
See invisibility. Interesting. Okay. Is that's not a roll, right? That is just a straight cast.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Let's see. How do we want to do this? I am going to explain, Corwin, to you everything you see, and then I will give you the opportunity to share or not share that information. So, as soon as you cast See Invisibility, really two things about this space change. Both are equally gory and grotesque, but in very, very different ways. So I think the first thing that you see, because it is just so unnatural, is give me a perception check with advantage.
Perception check
Mhm.
with advantage. That's a 23.
23. This, the first thing you see at one point in time was Martin.
Oh,
Currently,
no.
this figure is so ripped apart and flesh has just been like dripping off of his face. You can truly, as graphic and disgusting as it is, you can see a bit of his brains leaking out onto the floor. And he was so clearly mutilated by magic. This is not the kind of death that you get from even falling off a sky. Like the amount of just sort of etchings into the skin and like unnatural ways that his body has sort of morphed. It doesn't make sense. The second thing you see is Maxie with your hammer in the back of his head.
And she's alive?
He
Or
is
they're-
not alive. Neither of these two
neither
bodies
of them are alive.
is alive.
Okay. So they're also not alive. But that's my hammer.
Yes.
And what is wrong with Maxie?
Give me a perception check again at advantage because it is
Oh
your
my gosh.
hammer and
Dirty 20.
what is weird to you about this situation is that we have Martin, who is so clearly murdered and eaten, maybe? Like, it's not totally clear what's going on with him, but this was magical. Whatever happened to Martin, absolutely magical. Maxie just got hit in the head with a hammer. Like, there is nothing magical about the way that Maxie died. But they're together, they're in the same place, so clearly there is some kind of connection. It's just two very different methods of murder.
DM.
Yes.
I may not be very intelligent, but I am very wise.
Okay.
And I would like to, after, perceiving both bodies and kind of taking all of that information in, I did roll a little bit higher when looking at Martin's body.
Sure.
Would I be able to tell if things were pulled out or if things exploded out?
Interesting.
And I would also just kind of say that my time as a cleric, I have purged a lot of undead from this world. So
Sure.
that type of stuff doesn't really bother me.
Sure. Give me insight, perception, honestly, or history with advantage. I don't think that should be too hard for you to suss out.
Okay. So I'm going to do insight.
I'm being so nice to you with rolls this week.
Yeah, you usually say that I'm like super relaxed about it. What the fuck?
Not good.
I rolled 2 3s.
Oh, well, the brains are definitely not in the head. I don't know if the brains asked to come out of the head or if the brains got pulled out of the head. Or
for the record, it made it a 10, but
even I'd say with
very
the 10,
middle of the road answer. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say even with the 10, like something fucked up happened.
I wish. Well, actually, I don't wish. I don't wish this on any of you. But
oh, we got a posture check, everyone.
yes. I pull Amir to the side, knowing that Amir has these sort of supernatural leanings, especially when it comes to the spiritual realm and such.
Corwin, very notably, before you do this,
Uh-oh.
the fact that Addie is not here is not unnoticed by you. So that means you think you can probably infer with whatever the 20 whatever that you rolled. If the same thing had befallen Addie that had befallen these people, she would be here.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's good news. Maybe it's bad news, but that is just something that you register as you go to chat to Amir.
Understood.
Yeah.
Amir,
Yes.
let me level with you. You know how you have these feelings of, well, existential dread?
Yes.
How do I put this? Well, fuck it. You're in deep now. It's for a reason. Magic is real. And
You know this.
this is like a mirror shattering, like you.
Corwin, can I have a con save from you, please?
About to die.
You have been working with Amir for a very long time. This is truly, truly ground shattering for you.
Yeah.
Earth-breaking?
Yeah.
Earth shattering,
One.
ground breaking? You know what I mean.
I am shooketh to the core.
What'd you roll?
21.
Okay.
But I'm still
You're
shaken.
still shooketh, but you don't take that D4 of psychic damage I was absolutely going to throw at you if you roll
Oh,
poorly.
man.
Right. Perfect. You may continue.
Amir, this is something you could have told me. I am a cleric.
You're an actual cleric. I had no idea. Well, Amir likes to. Well, this. Okay, let me.
I thought, being a carpenter was a little on the nose for some of the people in the room.
Yeah, now that you mention it. But yes, well, I'll level with you. A lot of my Amir's victories may have been altered slightly due to spiritual connections Amir has.
I knew it! I used to watch you.
Keep it down. Amir does not want people to know this, but yes, what is your point?
You be lucky I don't cast Zone of Truth on you right now.
Well, Amir can get the truth out of the people too.
Corwin has
Well-
conveniently forgotten the two dead bodies on the floor at this point.
That is not the point. It's neither here nor there. Your wrestling record will become something of suspected serial cheating. I don't know. But
What do you want?
that's not the point. The point is, I just...
And are you're trying to say this out of earshot of Tessa and Noah?
Yeah, like I'm letting the youngins kind of like take photos over in the corner. They don't really like
The light is so good.
I'm going to let you roll a stealth check with advantage to see if you can have this conversation without the other two noticing.
stealth check, huh?
Oh, stealthy.
Flat roll?
I mean,
Right?
if you have a
Yeah.
+0 to stealth, then yes. Otherwise, add your bonus.
I don't need a good bonus. I just rolled a natural 20 plus 1.
Yeah.
Tessa and Noah have absolutely no idea this conversation is happening. They are
Excellent.
so caught up in taking some cute selfies. Tessa, I imagine that you're probably asking Noah some questions, which we will RP in a second. But I would just like to...
I'm just running lines.
Oh, okay. That's also fair. Tessa's
minutes
just like
away
over in
from
the corner,
opening.
like, Romeo.
You just see like little hand motions and like just running the play.
Beautiful. So Corwin, what are you sharing with Amir about what you have just unearthed in this box?
Well, Amir, I just cast see invisibility, and
Mhm.
it's a massacre. I
What
will
do
say
you
that
mean?
I found 2 out of 3, so that's not too bad.
2 out of 3 what?
Uh, of the missing people.
Who?
Okay, keep it down.
Who?
Martin and Maxie,
Oh,
both dead.
Thank God.
They're
Just
dead.
fine. Oh, no.
I thought
What?
you would be a little bit more reactive to this. God, I learned so much about you today. Don't care about life, knows about magic.
Well, you didn't see Addie.
No, and I'm hopeful that means that maybe Addie's still alive.
Poor Martin and other. Yes, but at least Addie is still alive. But where are the bodies?
And at that exact moment in time, you hear over the loudspeaker, 2 minutes to places, everyone.
Shit.
Thank you too.
Exactly what I wanted you to do. And you may sort of try to continue this conversation, but everyone needs to make their way to where they need to be for the start of the show. Tessa, you don't know where your first entrance is from. You don't know if it's stage right or stage left. So you will probably need some help from someone to get you into the right position.
Amir, which side of the stage is my first entrance? Do you recall?
Are you saying to Amir?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. My apologies. Amir will stand up and kind of out of like almost a stupor, forgetting about you for a moment, and turn around. And say, yes. Follow Amir. Amir will lead you to your entrance, and he kind of looks. It doesn't see any of the bodies, but now knowing that they exist, kind of trying to block nothing. And trying to point Tessa in the direction of her entrance, if I know what it is.
Yes, you would. Stage left, right next to where Corwin usually is set up during any show, just in case last minute repairs, any of that sort of thing. So really, the three of you and Noah, if you would like, can all sort of make your way over to the wings on stage left to prepare for the house to fill up and for the show to start. Is that what you would like to do?
Yes. I would. Amir would definitely be leading Tessa in that direction, but looking back at Corwin and giving him eyes, like just like and obvious. I'm not even trying to be nonchalant about it. Just like.
Okay. Like giving me eyes, like, is this where the dead bodies are? Or...
like, what do we do about these bodies?
Corin, what I will say is that I think Amir will take Tessa and Noah over to the wing. So you do get like 60 seconds up in this box alone if there is anything that you would like to do. As you can see both of these bodies. You can leave them as they are. You know that this is not an area of the house that is sold tonight. So it's not like people are going to come and sit here and it's going to be a problem. But if you maybe want to clean up the snacks so that people, whatever it is that you are looking to do, or you can do nothing and you can follow them.
I have to get somebody up here to clean all this out. I think for now we should just make sure the front of house knows not to sell any tickets for up here. And if anyone at will call is coming to pick up for something here, let's get them new seats. There's probably some open.
That is super fair, and I do not think that is particularly difficult for you to do. Perfect. So you all sort of take your places together in the wings, and the house begins to fill up. You hear laughing, drinking, chatting, the usual sort of pre-show. Rachel, you look terrified.
Tessa is just reliving her entire life before this moment.
Perfect. And you just you hear the normal pre-show sounds that come with a Broadway theater that is full of patrons who are excited to see a show on opening night. Can everyone very quickly just tell me what's going on in your head as sort of the lights in the auditorium. Jesus, what are we in high school? The lights in the theater
Yes.
begin to dim, and the orchestra begins to play the overture. And Zeki, Corwin, we'll start with Corwin.
As I take my place, I kind of see Tessa not really knowing exactly where to stand. And as the lights are going down and everything is dark, I put my hand on her shoulder, kind of guiding her to where she needs to be standing. And I would like to cast guidance.
Cool. Very cool.
So, Tessa, you can add a D4 to one of your ability checks. And you just need to do it before or after.
Perfect.
Lovely. Thank you. There's like a warmth that comes into Tessa's chest, and it's like, how different can this one be?
Right. It's gonna be great.
Exactly. Break a
Just
leg.
Broadway show. Lovely. Amir.
Amir will look over at Tessa and Noah and then Corwin, and then focus on Tessa again. Says, "You'll do fine. Amir knows this. Go out there and, as they say, break a leg and trust your instincts. You'll do fine." And I want to give her a bardic inspiration.
Perfect.
That's 2 down. And then before I step off, say, and by the way, Corwin may have found some dead bodies upstairs, so
What?
keep that in mind. Good luck. Walk off stage.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh.
Noah. What's
Do I
happening
hear
with
Noah say this?
Amir, give
Or
me
do I hear Amir say this?
Give me a perception check, Corwin. Just a straight perception, no advantage, no
I
disadvantage.
am standing right there. That's the only reason I ask.
Yeah,
With
yeah,
an
still-
11. Maybe not.
I was gonna say DC of 10 for that one. You definitely hear that. But as you hear that, it is just a split second too late to do anything about it.
Yeah, I can't do anything about it. I heard it, but it happened.
As this is all happening, Noah, what is happening with you?
Oh my god, I'm gonna get so much clout from this.
Noah's one track minded. Noah gives no fucks. Perfect. Anything else? I'm happy for just to be that.
That's it.
Great. And Tessa, I mean, I think we sort of know where you're at. As you're essentially being like shuffled out onto the stage, the last thing you hear is, "Oh, and there were a lot of dead bodies upstairs." And then we fade to black. The curtain rises, and you hear, "Thank you everyone so much for coming. Please silence all cell phones, no flash photography or recording. Please refrain from eating during the performance. We do have a concession stand in the lobby that will be open at intermission. Thank you so much and enjoy the show." And as sort of the orchestra begins to, I guess I said the overture had happened. Ignore that. The overture's happening now. The overture begins, and you hear a voice, which I guess anyone who's back in the wings can see. It's just a woman in the back with a microphone doing the narration. But she's not on stage. She is in the wings, and she says, "The surface and underdark fight. 2 lovers are caught in the plight. The hero Deimos fights back to save his love from attack. Please, Andrea, be safe." And at that moment, that is about exactly when you get pushed out onto stage, Tessa. Everyone give me a perception check, please.
This died wrong low for me. Try this one.
11.
Okay.
More than 20.
Perfect.
19.
Great.
10.
Cool. So for anyone who rolled above a 15, as the curtain rises and this narration begins, and the scenery begins to sort of come out on its tracks, something is different. And even you, Tessa, who have never been on this stage before, the trees and the flowers and even the sky, the set that is the sky, it all looks too real. And for anyone who rolled above a 15 who has been part of this production before, this is not what it has looked like in the past. And as the lights come up, all of you, you don't even need to roll for this. The audience begins to almost fade away, as if it's being obscured by some type of mist. And Tessa, you are right in the midst of it. But around you, as the actors and actresses come out, they don't look the way that they looked when they were in the wings. And there's this scene, right? This scene is meant to be a big battle. It's very much stage combat choreography. A man in front of you stabs his sword directly through the heart of the person who he is fighting with, and that person crumples to the ground and begins bleeding out. And as that happens, I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative. And that is also where we're going to end the session.
God.
I will take your initiative rolls, though.
Okay.
Nice.
16.
So Tessa's got a 16.
18.
Corwin has an 18.
I rolled a natural 1.
Plus anything?
Oh, no.
Well, plus 3, so
Okay.
4.
4. Great. And Noah, what did Noah get?
17.
17. Perfect.
Look at all of us.
Low.
Oh, hi, Amir.
We'll see Amir at the end.
Yeah.
Lovely. Well, that is where we're going to stop this session. Thank you all so
Thank
much. This was
you.
super fun.
Thank you, DM.
Yes,
yeah.
of course. And we have our next session of this specific multi-shot is, I forget what day we said. I think we said, I can look at my calendar because I put everything in my calendar. Let's see. Is it the Monday the 10th is the next episode. Lovely. Thank you so much, everyone who joined. Let's just do a little quick round robin. Zeki, where can people find you and what do you do? What's your shtick?
Oh, man. I can be found all over the internet at Zektown, Twitter, Twitch. No, not Twitch. But I'm here on AP with Twitch.
Yes.
And also with the person next to me, Omar, at A Tale of D20s, where I have been a player, and also that's where the Natural Ones podcast that I run also lives. So it's been a big, super duper crossover, and none of you even realized it.
Very cool.
Multiverse.
Omar, I know you do some stuff on the tubes, as Rachel likes to call them.
The tubes. Thank you, the
Yes.
tubes, for sending us out to the internet. Thanks, tubes.
Yes. My name is Omar, aka Tailweaver. I'm the CEO and resident DM of A Tale of D20s, as Zeki has put it. We do Starfinder streams, Dungeons and Dragons streams, and love partnering with amateurish productions. You can find us at A Tale of D20s or on our website, www.ataleofd20s.com. But yeah, and yep, we love our crossovers. It's so much fun. This was great being a player. I haven't been a player in like I would
Since
say
Travis's campaign, right?
yeah, it was like a year, 2 years time with COVID time. You can't even tell
before,
anymore.
yeah, it was like 2020, like early 2020 at the latest.
Yeah.
Well,
so-
it was an absolute joy to have you, and I'm so excited that we get to keep continuing this bizarre and wonderful module. Jake, I know that you are not the most socially active person, but if someone did want to come find you on the internet, where would they go?
I don't know. I think that you tag me in things.
Jake is on Twitter. Jake was tagged in a tweet about this session. So if you're really itching to find Jake, I bet you can do it.
Everybody find Jake and follow him tonight, right
Yes.
now.
That's a
Get on
horrible
Twitter.
idea.
Everyone make Jake an influencer.
Yes.
I make
Yes,
a character who's the opposite of me, and no.
absolutely.
And Rachel, where can we find you?
You can locate me on pretty much all of the forms of social media under the handle I am Rachel Quirky. You can listen to my podcasts, the Infinity Podcast or Screen Snark. They're both wonderful. They're joyous occasions. Or you can watch my Twitch live streams over at twitch.tv/I am Rachel Quirky. I'm currently playing Cult of the Lamb every Tuesday and Wednesday mornings. Weird
Excellent.
stuff. Lots of poop
Very
in that
good.
game.
Did you say poop?
Yeah, there's lots of poop in that game.
Weird.
Awesome. Fantastic. Love some poop.
Yeah, come for the
Um,
me, stay for the poop.
Love it.
Checks out.
Perfect. So just very quickly on AP coming up Sunday, we have a very stacked game. It's a Halloween 3-parter where a bunch of ladies are playing a bunch of toys. So it's sort of like Toy Story meets horror. I will be playing a Barbie who is a monk warlock multi-class, which should be super fun. Then Tuesday, we are playing the Sword Lesbian RPG, which should also be quite a lot of fun. Wednesday, once again, World of Warcraft, as is always. And then Thursday is actually going to be very fun because we have a Dragon Age one-shot coming up the week after next week, and we are going to be streaming us learning how to play the Dragon Age RPG system because none of the PCs have ever played that system before. So figured we would just bring anyone else who wanted to learn in on that process. So please come back, join us for any or all of those things. And all of our Discord, our Twitters, everything should be below this on Twitch. So if you want to stay up to date with the weird shit that we do here, just come join our Discord or follow us on Twitter. Thank you so much, everyone. And hopefully we'll see you Sunday for some Halloween spookiness.
Spooky.
Spooky skeletons.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.